So just started watching the new Murdaugh Murders on Netflix. Would highly recommend checking it out when you get the opportunity to do so. If you're like me and you're really into the documentary scene, Netflix really has a lot of great offerings that you can check into. But this new one, the Murdaugh Murders, is definitely something to check out. It's only been out for a few days. The court case for the actual documentary is still ongoing. I saw an update today where they're going into the courtroom for the defense to present closing arguments. So there's still a lot going on with that. So obviously that documentary is not going to give you 100% of the outcome, but it does offer a really interesting look into the way that some of these families coming from old money, these guys, the Murdaughs, had generational wealth that had been passed down since I believe at least his great grandfather for Alex that is on trial, and it's one of those things that it's really mind-boggling in a way where you can look at something that's going on in our society, and it's really widespread and very rampant, but I don't think that it gets broadcast very often. And a lot of that is actually kind of explored in that documentary, not in that sense. But if you're paying attention to what's going on, they talk about how these people are rich and powerful and they have all the connections, and, they're able to really just do whatever they want. Everyone is in their family is being kept out of trouble, and that they're able to just make things disappear, sweep things under the rug. And I think that's part of the corruption that we see in our system today, that a lot of people try to deny that it exists or that it's happening. But in this particular case, if you watch that documentary, you can see it unfolding before us, especially with the trial happening now. I mean, this is all stuff that happened as recently as 2015, I think, was the oldest case that was involved, but all the way up to 2019. And it's really eye-opening, in a sense, to me, to be able to see in action, and it's not racial bias or anything like that. It's the privileged white family being able to circumvent the system and get away with what most would say would be murder. There's still a lot of questions revolving around exactly what happened during these events that unfolded. But I don't want to spoil anything or ruin anything for someone who hasn't seen it. If you have seen it, I would highly encourage you to drop a comment, say something, let me know what you think. If you have any other good recommendations along those lines to check out on Netflix or any of the other streamers. But yeah, so I'll leave it at that. Like I said, I don't want to spoil anything. But with that trial ongoing, saw those updates today. I wanted to make sure to get that out there to the channel and let you guys know that it's highly recommended. I would definitely say that you should check it out. So on that note, final thought, let's talk about it. Let's discuss what's going on in the world today and the system, and generational wealth and power. All of those good topics are free range, and those recommendations, of course, would be appreciated. But as always, think freely and discuss openly.